Balancing a chemical equation. It is the topic which is needed almost in each and every class starting from the standard 8. So in this video, the topics we'll be dealing with is what is a chemical equation, how to balance a chemical equation, and why to balance a chemical equation. So coming to the first topic, that is what is a chemical equation. As discussed in the previous video, a chemical equation is a shorthand representation of a chemical reaction using symbols and formulas. That is, we can write a large chemical reaction in a simple way by using symbols and formulas, and that is termed as chemical equation. Now, after a chemical equation has been written, it is needed to balance a chemical equation. So, why the balancing is needed? A chemical equation is needed to be balanced in order to satisfy the law of conservation of mass. And this law of conservation of mass states that mass can neither be created nor be destroyed. That means the total mass always remains constant. Now after this, the main question which arises is how to balance a chemical equation. So in order to balance a chemical equation, mostly we follow the hit and trial method. But instead of going for that method, if you follow the sequential way of balancing a chemical equation, the balancing becomes quite easy. That is, first balance the metal, then non-metal, oxygen, and then hydrogen. So using this sequential way of balancing a chemical equation, we'll be practicing some of the balancing in this video. So the first equation is C plus O2 gives CO, that is carbon combines with oxygen to give carbon monoxide. So what we check out in this chemical equation, that metal is absent, non-metal is carbon, oxygen is there, and hydrogen is absent. So we need to balance only the two entities, that is non-metal, which is carbon, and oxygen. So rewrite the chemical equation, that is C plus O2 gives CO. Now first check for the non-metal on the reactant side as well as on the product side. On the reactant side you are having one carbon, product side also you are having one carbon. Coming to oxygen, reactant side the number of oxygen atom is 2, but on the product side the number of oxygen atom is 1. So in order to balance the oxygen, we will be writing 2 here. Now as we have brought about a change in the step 2, so we'll move to step 1. Check for carbon, carbon 1, carbon 2. Now the carbon is not balanced, so to balance it we'll be writing 2 here. Carbon 2, carbon 2. Come to oxygen, oxygen 2, and oxygen here is also 1 into 2, that is 2. Now this equation is balanced and it can be written as 2C plus O2 gives 2CO. So in the similar way, we'll practice certain more chemical equations, balancing of certain more chemical equations using this way. Now move to the second chemical equation, that is Mg plus HCl gives MgCl2 plus H2. Now in this the metal is magnesium, non-metal is chlorine, oxygen is absent, and hydrogen is present. So again we will rewrite this chemical equation, that is Mg plus HCl gives MgCl2 plus H2. Now first balance the magnesium, magnesium 1, magnesium 1. It is already balanced. Move to chlorine, chlorine 1, chlorine 2. It is not balanced. We will be writing 2 here. Now the number of chlorine atom on both the side is 2. Again move to step 1, that is check for metal, magnesium 1, magnesium 1. Step 2, chlorine 2, chlorine 2. Now moving to step 3, as oxygen is not present, so we'll move to step 4, hydrogen 2 and hydrogen 2. So this equation is balanced, and its balanced chemical equation will be given as Mg plus 2HCl gives MgCl2 plus H2. Now we'll move to a bit more complex equation, that is Cl2 plus KBr gives KCl plus Br2. So if you observe this chemical equation, in place of metal we are having potassium. In place of non-metal we are having both chlorine as well as bromine. Oxygen is absent and hydrogen is also absent. So first we have to balance the metal and then the non-metal. Cl2 plus KBr gives KCl plus Br2. So first balance the potassium, potassium 1, potassium 1. It is already balanced. Now moving to chlorine, chlorine 2, chlorine 1. It is not balanced. To balance it, we'll be writing 2 here. Now the number of chlorine atom has changed to 2 and potassium has also changed to 2. Now again move to step 1. Potassium 1, potassium 2. It is not balanced, so we'll be writing 2 here. Potassium 2, potassium 2. Balanced, coming to chlorine, chlorine 2, chlorine 2. It is balanced. Now move to bromine. In the reactant side we have 2 into 1, that is 2 bromine. The product side also we are having 2 bromine atom. So the final balanced chemical equation is Cl2 plus 2KBr gives 2KCl plus Br2. So you can check out that balancing is easy if we follow the sequential step of balancing the chemical equation. Let us practice one more example here. The chemical equation is CuO plus NH3 gives Cu plus N2 plus H2O. Now this is more complex as compared to that of the first, second and third example. Now first we'll point out the metal, non-metal, oxygen and hydrogen present in this chemical equation. So in place of metal we are having copper, in place of non-metal we are having nitrogen, oxygen is present, hydrogen is present. Rewrite it, CuO plus NH3 gives Cu plus N2 plus H2O. Now copper 1 balanced. Move to nitrogen, nitrogen 1, nitrogen 2. It is not balanced. So in order to balance it, we'll be writing 2 here. Now the number of nitrogen atom has become 2 and here also the number of nitrogen atom is 2. Again move to step 1, copper 1 balanced, nitrogen 2 balanced. Now coming to the step 3, that is oxygen. Oxygen on the reactant side is 1 but on the product side it is also 1. So oxygen is balanced. Coming to hydrogen, the reactant side we have 6 hydrogen atom but on the product side we are having only 2 hydrogen atom. So to balance it, we'll be writing 2 here. Now the number of hydrogen atom becomes 6. Again move to step 1, copper 1, copper 1, nitrogen 2, nitrogen 2. Now oxygen here is 1 and here is oxygen 3. So to balance it, we'll be writing 3 here, oxygen 3 as well as copper also gets 3. So to balance copper, we'll be writing 3 here. Now move to non-metal, nitrogen 2, nitrogen 2, oxygen 3, oxygen 3, hydrogen 6 and hydrogen 6. So the final balanced chemical equation is 2CuO plus 2NH3 gives 3Cu plus N2 plus 3H2O. Now let us move to one more, that is C2H6 plus O2 gives CO2 plus H2O. So first we'll balance the carbon, then oxygen and then hydrogen. So C2H6 plus O2 gives CO2 plus H2O. Carbon 2, carbon 1. We'll be writing 2 here. Now coming to oxygen. Oxygen 2. Oxygen here is 4 plus 1. That is 5. There is only 2 oxygen atom. So here we'll write as 5 upon 2. The number of oxygen atom, the reactant side is also 5 and the product side is also 5. Again move to step 1, that is check for carbon. Carbon 2, carbon 2, oxygen 5, oxygen 5. Move to hydrogen. Hydrogen is 6 and hydrogen is 2. So in order to make it 6, we'll be doing 3 here. Again move to step 1, carbon 2, carbon 2. Oxygen is now 5 and this side the oxygen is 2 into 2 plus 3, that is 7. Now again we need to balance the oxygen. So instead of 5 by 2 we'll be writing here 7 upon 2, because of which the number of oxygen atom on the reactant side will become 7. On the product side also it is 7. Again move to step 1, check for carbon. Carbon 2, carbon 2, check for oxygen. Oxygen 7, oxygen 7, check for hydrogen. Hydrogen 6 and hydrogen 6. So the final equation is C2H6 plus 7 upon 2OD gives 2CO2 plus 3H2O. So using this way of balancing a chemical equation, you can balance a number of chemical equation no matter whether they are simple or complex. So in the next video, we'll come up with some upcoming tricks regarding chemistry. Till then, stay connected.